Hello, my beautiful reflector friends. My name is Christy, and I am so unbelievably excited to be back after a 4-month hiatus where I needed to do some energy cleanup. You know, sometimes we get a lot of tower moments over and over and over again in our lives, and we need to maybe take a step back from what we're doing to have a reset. And I am very pleased to announce that I am feeling so good, and now I'm able to serve much better. So I'm here to provide you with your reading for the first half of July 2025. All right, and please note that this is indeed a general reading, so it will resonate with some, but not everybody. And I would be more than grateful if you would share my channel with other human designers. You know, we're not like a huge group out there, and we got to stick together. So sharing my channel would be greatly appreciated with anybody else that you know who's like really into human design, or even just getting started and could use some guidance. Can't we all use some guidance? I have certainly reached out to my team in these last few months, and I haven't regretted it for a second. So today, we are going to start with a well, here we go. I'm going to take my kayak out for her maiden voyage today, and she will get a name by the end of this voyage. So we're going to ask for some guidance from the mermaids. I am also very much into the light right now. Well, as a light worker, I'm always into the light, and actually my, life always has a way of reminding us that it happens for us, not to us. And so with my always turning towards the light, even in times of great darkness and great change and lots of tower moments, it's something that definitely keeps me going. As then I will also be using the Modern Witch Tarot today. I am definitely feeling the feminine energy of all three of these decks. And then I'm going to finish off with a postcard from Spirit because I love these messages so much. And anyways, we'll just tie it all together at the end. Okay, so let's start. I've already meditated on the cards and asked for your highest and best. However, let's call in Spirit as we get our finest and best for our reflector friends. Angels, ancestors, and ascended masters, friends, fairies, family, God, spirit guides, and the universe all around me and within me. Let's help our reflector friends with their reading for, what do they need to know for the next 2 weeks? And we start with the future. Okay. This, when I was meditating on the cards, this was the last card that was in the deck. And I spent actually some special moments. So now I'm always about living in the present, but also we want, in order to get what we want in the future, we need to put it out there, right? So manifestation, of which, I mean, I'm a manifester, but I am a manifestation expert, to be honest. And even when things, even when things go sideways, there is always a reason. And if you believe that everything is always working out for you, which is my daily mantra, and it's also my family mantra, then you will know. Now, look at this. She is looking into a bubble, right? So she's our mermaid under the sea. She's looking into the bubble. One thing interesting about bubbles is that you can see right through them, can't you? You know, and so you can see through to the other side, but you have to have the vision first in order to do that. Okay, we'll see how this will tie in with the tarot. All right, now also we have our oh my gosh, what is this? It's the Work Your Light Oracle cards. And here we go. So for our reflectors, we have Trust Your Path. Well, there's a very distinct message here already, reflector friend. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Okay, here we go again. So look, we have this, I mean, the colors on this deck are very calm. They're very pastel. They're very beautiful. So, but the path before you. So we're at the very beginning of July and the very beginning of summer in the Northern Hemisphere, winter in the Southern Hemisphere, from wherever you are in the world. Welcome. So we've got, so the trust your path. So as you think about the future, know that you always are supported by source. You are always supported by your guides, even if you don't know they're there. It took me a really long time to believe that in this energy and this support. And this is honestly what has carried me through the last few months. I never once faltered in my belief in spirit. You know, I had this revelation a couple of weeks ago where I was like, you know how like I don't believe that spirit tests us, by the way. But I did think about, as things were multiple challenging experiences within a couple of weeks. And I thought, if I believed that, God was testing me, that this would be when it happened, like one of the biggest times in my life. And even though I don't believe in being tested by the universe, what it did do is made me think about my faith and know that I am supported, and know that that no matter what on the other side of this is something better, is something more aligned with who I am, particularly in relation to my human design. So here we go. So we've got the future, we've got trust your path, and now let's see what the tarot has to say. All right, so I'm interested in a situation, obstacle, and advice for you based on the cards that came out with the Oracle deck. So we're going to do that. Okay, so situation. We have the Knight of Wands. Oh my gosh. I did my year ahead spread at the beginning of June because my birthday's in May, and this was the card that I got for June. So this is crazy that it's coming out on this very last day of June when I'm doing this recording. This is about movement. It's about movement of passion. It's about movement of energy. Could also, for some of you, mean a dashing new person in your life. And I'm just gonna be super real. About a week ago, I started on Tinder. And it's been really fun so far, actually. And this was the card. And I didn't plan, when I did my year ahead spread, I didn't plan on going online for dating. It was I just did it about a week ago, and it's been actually pretty fun. I am 100% catfish free so far because I make them do a video chat before they want to meet up, move to another app, basically give me your number. I'm like, no, let's find out who you are first. Anyways, it's a good method. It's a good method for you out there who are dating on the apps. It allows, and it makes me feel safer. Anyways, so interesting. So your situation is the Knight of Wands. Okay. And the obstacle is the Seven of Pentacles. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is a really interesting card. I love it. First of all, it's a high pentacle, which means it's very much your resources are doing pretty good. It's a state of reflection. We're going to come back to this in a minute, but it's basically a pause to assess your situation, and to take a look at your resources and how much time you have. Anyways, we'll come back. But that is our obstacle. This is a reflector reading, but it might be for me. I always pick out these and then the advice. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we've got the 10 of Cups. This is a beautiful reading, and it feels to me like a love reading for you, reflectors. So we're going to go with that. Now, again, for some of you, it may not resonate, and you'll pull other things out of it. But this is very much coming, and it's not just because I responded to 4 people on Tinder this morning. It is just what it's very much seeming to me. It's about the future of your love life, whether you're in a committed relationship or not. All right. So the Knight of Wands. Okay, so as I said, for some of you, it could be your own energy. So the wands are about passion and they're about action. And when we have the knights, it's about movement. And y'all, this knight moves pretty fast. Okay, so he can be a bit of a player. So be careful about your situation, right? You want to maybe slow it down a little bit. Okay, maybe slow it down. The Seven of Pentacles is a slower energy, right? But it also represents like a crossroads. So there's some crossroady things happen. Now, the Pentacles, so this is our obstacle. So the Pentacles are about your resources. Are you a little afraid of being taken advantage of, right? If we, our resources are important. We have worked hard. We have worked hard to create a space where we can be generous, right? So with the Seven of Pentacles, we are keeping, right? So she's keeping, it's what we have grown so far. It's like reflecting on the seeds that we've planted in our resources. Now, resources don't have to be just money and possessions, which of course they are, right? But it can also be like, how much energy do we have? How much time? Like, how much time am I actually going to have to date these guys? I don't know, right? But I'm using a filtration system to have some fun this summer, right? To have some fun this summer. But we need to take stock, okay? This is very, very much a card of taking stock. So it's like, okay, so the obstacle is maybe you need to spend a little bit more attention on the earthly plane, a little bit more attention on what you're going to need from this situation moving forward. Because, of course, we have these babies, okay? So we've got the future, right? So this is very much about like, how do you want to invest in your relationship in your future? Okay, not financially, okay? I mean, obviously there's always some component of that, but seriously, like, what are you going to, how are you going, like, slow down, take stock. You don't have to move as fast as the Knight of Wands, okay? Like, you don't have to move as fast as that energy, okay? You can slow it down. You are in control of what you do, and you can't control what other people do. So, but we can control how we respond. Now, it's good news, okay? It's good news because the advice is that we've got our 10 of Cups. Now, this is a card of happy family. It's a card of contentment. It is a card of really of emotional fulfillment, right? So 10s are about completion and like the realization and fulfillment of what we've been looking to manifest. So in terms of a love reading, like, y'all, this is really good, right? So the advice is to embrace the energy of this, to really trust that you have what it takes to be happy, right? You have what it takes within you. Now, it doesn't come from externally. Okay, so this is a happy, now, regardless of whether you have a family, whether you don't want one, like this is really about your internal sense of contentment, of ultimate, like, of just this really fulfilling feeling of where you are in your life. And so, but in order to manifest that, we actually have to embody it first, right? We can't manifest anything if we are not energetically aligned with it. So whatever you need to do, whether that's meditation, whether that's being in nature, whether that's doing a hobby that you love, whatever you need, reflector, to get in alignment. Now, I'm being reminded to go back to human design. Okay, so how we want to do this is, remember, your signature is surprise and delight. So in order to get aligned with this feeling, you need to get yourself surprised and delighted on a much more regular basis, right? So again, like as a reflector, we need to get in line with our signature theme and move away from our not self theme. Your not self theme is disappointment. And so it's interesting because like you get to control whether you are disappointed by a situation or not. All right. Like that's really, really important. Now I know I was gonna say girl, right? So, but as a reflector that you are really, really influenced by your external environments. So make sure, is particularly if you want this, right? Which I don't know who wouldn't, right? But if you want this, you need to make sure that you are surrounding yourself with people who surprise and delight you and situations rather than ones that you think are going to be disappointing. Okay. And again, I always say this to any reflector. I'm like, if you don't feel the vibes, if you don't feel good vibes where you are, get the out of Dodge, okay? Full permission to leave, full permission to get out of there. Okay, amazing. Okay, now we're gonna end with a wrap it up for the postcard from Spirit. Whew, all right, what do our reflectors need to know for the next 2 weeks to be surprised and delighted? Okay. All right, dearest you, we are sending you waves of love and joy as we watch you reap the rewards of your tenacity and faith. We know how long it has taken for you to reach some of your goals and that you've had disappointments along the way. I can't make this stuff up, okay? Right now, we suggest you take a deep breath and fill yourself up with gratitude and tune into the vibration of well-being. Temporary conditions may try to hypnotize you into seeing something else as your reality, but we know that happy rewards are on their way to you even now. Change is the only constant, and don't you know it, reflector, 28 days per cycle. Whew, that's a lot. Change is the only constant, so be open to it. You will achieve your dreams and more, we promise. But more important, your happy rewards will be gathered up in the small moments, the gentle breezes, the soft kisses, and the quiet commitments. Your happiest moments will be on the journey itself, not in arriving at any destination. You are surrounded by so much love and care. Can you feel us? Well, I sure hope you can, reflector, because hot damn, Spirit's got a message for you, and I am so honored to be the one to deliver it. And once again, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing with our growing human design family around the world. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. All right, I'll see you back here in 2 weeks. All right, bye.